Yo, what is going on, YouTube? I am Germ here, and it is that time of the year again. I mean, really, we get two this times of the year. We get the real legitimate big crazy fun off season in, like, I don't know, October, November, December, and then we get this little mini off season in April, May, maybe even a little bit into June. I don't know the exact dates, but all I know is that things right now are starting to heat up. We are starting to hear more and more things every single day, and it makes sense. The LEC playoffs are now officially over. The LEC is done, which is kind of crazy because we still have 4 teams left in the LCS. LCS is like a couple weeks behind. But there are 6 teams officially done in the LCS, and there are 9, 10. I don't know if you count G2 as done or not in the LEC. So those teams are starting. The LEC teams are going to be making moves, and if you're the LCS, you have to start looking to make moves as well. You can't just be, weeks behind them, or all the good players are going to be gone. All the good players, all the good moves are going to be done. So LCS teams have to start looking ahead to the summer split as well. And like I said, a lot of them are already out of the playoffs. So they are doing just that. And TSM is one of those teams. Some new rumors for them coming out today. I guess a couple days ago, but we're going to be talking about them today. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate that so much. And subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. With that being said, let's get right into this one. There's a couple different ways to look at TSM going into the summer split. I think one of them that I don't agree with, but I think it is very, very fair, and I've already heard some people saying this, and I think this will definitely be a viewpoint, is TSM ended the summer split very strong. They might just run back the same lineup. Now, that might be with Kaido in the mid lane, and that might be with Takeover in the mid lane. I don't really know, but Huni, Spica, Tactical, Shenny, pick one of the 2 mid laners. Yes, they had a devastating beginning part of the season, but there was language barriers. They were learning synergies. There was a ton of drama, a ton of controversy, but they figured some things out. They won a couple more games toward the end of the year. They started looking a little bit better toward the end of the year. Reggie said that this was supposed to be a 3-year plan anyway, so why are we judging it so harshly after just one split? And TSM spent all this money on the roster. So, do you really want to let this roster go after just one split? Do you really want to, kind of lose that money already and then have to go spend more money on another team? I think that's a very, very legitimate thing. Then there's kind of the TSM is going to make changes, points of views, which can be for a bunch of different reasons. 1, hey, this team sucked. We need to make some changes. 2, wow, this team had so much drama, so much off-the-rift issues, so many synergy issues. They just don't fit together. We need to make some changes. You can obviously pick, a combination of those, you have those different options and stuff, but some people are really in the camp of like TSM should or shouldn't make changes. Some people are in the camp of TSM is going to or not going to make changes, whatever. But that gets us to the clip today that we have. This is from Kobe, obviously the caster, as many of you guys know, very, very popular, well-liked, but he's also very in the know. He's very tapped into the scene. I mean, I believe he lives with Travis Gafford, so obviously they talk. We know Travis has a ton of sources. We know he hears a bunch of things, but then you also have the fact that he just knows a ton of people. He has a ton of connections. Now, I will kind of preface this by saying, hey, he did say, I think in February, that we would be seeing Jensen back in the LCS within the next month. Now, maybe some things happen, maybe some things change, or maybe we still will see Jensen back in the LCS very, very soon. Maybe he just didn't really know what the date was or had some things wrong or whatever. But again, he said we'd be seeing Jensen back sooner rather than later. And obviously, that has not happened. So, hey, he hasn't been necessarily 100% accurate, but let's see what he has to say here about TSM.
Nice, Baron is yours.
Hopefully it's not too loud.
Oh my god, the cooldown on Veigar ultimate is so short it came back up. He can one-shot arrow. Kobe, do you think that TSM rebuilds their roster going into summer? Yes, I do. I think they make significant changes. I have heard some rumors already. Do you think Zion...
So, and then he goes into some other questions, but that is very, very interesting. Not only, I mean, somebody asked, do you think, I don't know if you guys could hear it perfectly or not or whatever, but somebody asked him, hey, do you think TSM is going to make roster changes headed into summer? Not just, next offseason or whatever, because I think that's pretty clear that this TSM team is not a 3-year plan. It's not even a 1-year plan, like a 2-year plan, I guess. But he, without even hesitation, says, yes, I do think TSM will make changes, and he thinks it will make significant changes. Now, what does that mean? Significant, that doesn't just mean subbing it back in Kaido in the mid lane. Significant, I think, means at least one totally new player, if not multiple. Now, what would that be? You got to think Spica is pretty safe. Huni, I don't know. It seems like TSM really likes Huni. It seems like they've always had a soft spot for him. And it doesn't seem like the options are really great out there as a replacement. Obviously, the one name that's going to keep coming up is Tenacity. 400 Thieves, he was part of the 6-man roster. He just played one single game the entire year of 2022 so far. I want to say spring split, but really it wasn't even that. It was the preseason tournament. And I didn't see this, but I heard people talking about how Papa Smithy had a clip recently where he kind of, he didn't say it, but he made it sound like 100 Thieves would potentially be willing to sell Tenacity, going forward into the future. That, hey, Someday is obviously a beast. Someday's been popping off. In 2021, I was a little bit critical of Someday, but he's having a big year, so maybe it makes sense to sell off Tenacity to somebody else, even if they do think he's going to be a beast in the future. But if not Tenacity, what are the other options for TSM? I know Solo is a guy that's been tweeting a lot recently and stuff, but like, are you going to take Solo over Huni? I don't know. I think it'd be interesting, but I don't think it'd be great. TSM's Academy top laner was Viper. I'm not subbing him in over Huni. So yeah, I don't know. Spica, I think he's got to stay. Also, Huni has an expiring contract, so that could be one kind of reason why you might try to replace him. Spica has an expiring contract as well, but he's your franchise player. Mid lane, I did not think Kaido was good. I didn't really think Takeover was that good either. Jensen's out there, Niski's out there, Jizuke's out there. Other than that, not really sure who the great options for mid lane are. I think Video is a guy you should absolutely have on your radar, but that's not until next year. So maybe they make a change in the mid lane, but to me, bringing in Jensen or Niski, I don't think patches all the holes. I don't think that takes TSM from a last place team to a world's contending team. I think they would have to fix a lot more. Tactical, they just signed him to a long for esports term deal, and I think Tactical is one of the best resident AD carries, at least that's available, so I don't really see them making a change there. And then support, I think Shen Yi actually had a good ending to the season, and I don't think they just, replace him. But what if he wants to leave? What if, all the drama, all the controversy, him getting benched, the Peter Zhang stuff, what if all that makes Shen Yi maybe want to go back to China? Maybe he wants to go back home. Maybe he's over this whole TSM NA situation. Maybe he doesn't want to chill on a last place team when this is a guy who reportedly had LPL offers. Now, who would the options for TSM be there? I don't know. Another name kind of throw out there is Reckless. Maybe. I don't think Reckless is going to happen, but, he's not, K-Corp's not necessarily doing the best. Maybe he's going to look to try to make a move back to the LTS or the LEC. I don't know. I think, there's like a 0.1% chance he ends up on TSM, but that's at least a name to throw out there. For supports, Ignar is a name people are going to keep throwing around. I think, trying to buy out a player like Chime or something like that could maybe be interesting. There's guys like Zazel. I don't know. I just don't see a lot of great options out there for TSM right now. I think TSM would be much better suited loading up and trying to spend a bunch of money in the off season, like the real legitimate off season, rather than right now. Because no matter what, I don't think there's moves that necessarily make them a world caliber team headed into 2023. And I would hate for them to spend a bunch of money now and then have to spend a bunch more money again in the off season. I mean, that seems really, really wasteful. It seems like try to salvage this season, but Kobe thinks they're going to be making big, sweeping, significant changes. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But either way, we're going to be finding out very, very soon because, again, moves are going to start happening over the next month, over the next couple of weeks. And if significant changes come to TSM, I will definitely let you guys know. This will be the place that you want to find out about all that. So definitely drop a like if you guys did enjoy this video. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think a significant change coming to TSM could or should be. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.